Okay, so today we're going to be building a desk, and I'll explain why. So that right there is my desk, and it has been my desk, but Byron is gonna move his desk into the office so he's closer, and it really just makes everything easier. Instead of buying a new desk for him, he's gonna get that up desk, or I believe it's called the up desk. He's gonna get that. And a little bit ago, we started building this table for B-roll. It was like a white table, and we were building it for B-roll, and we never ended up using it. So we're gonna turn that into a desk and make some modifications that I'll show you throughout the video. I have a list of things I wanna do to make it a really ideal setup desk. And we're gonna do all that, bring it in here, switch the desks, and then we're gonna be good to go. So this video is gonna be all about building that desk and making it perfect for setups, drilling holes where holes need to be, attaching it to the wall so it doesn't shake, all that kind of stuff will be in this video. Let's do this. So this is the table that we're working with. We built it actually like a couple months ago, or maybe sometime last year. And it's just a wooden table with a white coat of paint, and we are doing a lot of modifications to it. It has legs there, like going on the bottom, and it's pretty sizable. It's pretty like deep, and it's wide enough. But right now it's really just a table, and I want to turn it into a desk, and that includes like a keyboard hole, a hole for cables from the monitor, speaker wire holes, and I want to have a shroud in the back that hides the cables. And I'm going to take you through step by step everything we do, but this is the table that we're working with, and I really think the wood white, it looks really good, the white coat of paint over the wood. You'll be able to see it better when we get nicer shots later when it's finished. But this is what we're working with. All right, so the first step is to drill a keyboard hole. So for the keyboard wire, when I'm using a wired keyboard, it goes straight down and you can't see it because that's really annoying to see that keyboard wire. So we set up keyboard, then we measured it out, and the hole is gonna go right there. All right, we are observing Byron in his natural habitat. Quick drill bit change, and he's back at it. Boom. Let's get a look from down below. There it is. Look at that hole.
Oh yeah.
What a beaut. Okay, so there's a slight change of plans. It's still going down through there, but instead of going all the way down and coming out the bottom, because it would look kind of weird having the cable loop under and just have to come all the way down, we drilled a hole in the side that connects to the passage just going down. So the cable comes out right here, and it will go over to the PC, which will be sitting right there. All right, keyboard hole, done. All right, so for the next part is monitor holes, or the wires going to the monitor. You need holes for those because I don't want those to be going out all over the place. And then the whole desk is gonna be like connected to the wall. So the monitor wires can't just go out over the desk and just be everywhere. So we're gonna drill a hole right here and right here for symmetry reasons, but really this is the one we're gonna be using. So the monitor wires will come right here. They'll be zip tied flat to this, and then they will go through this hole and then over there. Okay, that drill wasn't quite doing the job, so we made a trip to the hardware store. We grabbed a newer drill that has a little more power. We grabbed washers for when it's attached to the wall. We grabbed washers, or those were spacers. We grabbed washers for the things. We grabbed zip ties. We got these things to go through the wall to anchor it into the wall so it doesn't move anywhere. And we got these things. These are cool. So we're gonna use these, focus. We're gonna use these, put them into the desk from like different angles and underneath, and then use zip ties around those loops. So that's a way of cable management that I've never tried before, so I'm excited to see how that works. But now that we have the newer drill, let's get back to this. Okay, so we now have two holes back here for the wires needed to go underneath the desk. For the speaker holes, I'm not actually sure what we're gonna do yet. I think we're gonna wait until it's in the office and we have the speakers there so we know exactly where it's gonna be. Because maybe the speaker wires can just run along the back and in here. So that's gonna take a pause. The holes to attach it into the wall are also, we're gonna wait till we're there because we have to like drill them in and see where to go. But then for the vanity shroud, which is the thing that covers the cables, we got this really long 12 outlet power strip that we can screw onto the floor of the cable shroud. So all the outlets aren't going to be right together like a typical power strip. They're going to be spread out, which is going to help a lot with cleanliness and ease of use. So now we're going to take this and we're going to take our vanity shield, which is this thing that's going to cover the cables. It will be painted white by the end of it, and we're going to install it. All right, so we're done all the construction. We're going to put the power strip on after we paint it because it would have to come off to paint it anyway. And then the holes that are going to mount it into the wall, we're going to do when we're there to see the positioning and everything. So now everything's together. This is now screwed in, so it's not coming out. And it's attached to the legs, so the legs and this are one unit, and we can just transport them around like that.
It's really stable too.
It's very stable, yeah. If I move it around, you can see it's not shaking at all. I mean, it's probably not even necessary to attach it to the wall, but like a table shaking and a monitor shaking is one of my biggest pet peeves, so it's gonna help to have just that extra layer of stabilization. But we're at the point where it's time to just take everything apart, sand it down, give it some fresh coats of paint, make sure it's looking pretty, and then tomorrow we will put it back in the office and get it all set up, but you'll see that in the same video. All right? All right, so we have everything set up. We put one more coat of paint on everything, and it is drying right now. So this is the main table, or I guess desk now, looking fine as ever. The hole looks a lot better now it's white, even though it's not gonna be visible. Either way, it looks better now that it's white. The legs, just got another coat. And then this now has a coat of paint, so when the cables are behind it, it doesn't look like wood. When you're sitting down, it actually looks white, and that looks very good. And so this is gonna dry. We're gonna put one more coat on it tonight, and then we have like a matte spray that protects it. And we're gonna put that on this table top. And we don't need to put it everywhere, just the tabletop to protect from damages and spills and stuff like that, because those are bound to happen eventually. But yeah, so this is gonna be the last update for now because it's nighttime. And the next clip you'll see will be bringing it over to the office, to my house, and setting it up in the room. So yeah, here it is. So here it is assembled in the office, and it's actually going to go over here and be that desk. But the video switching that out and getting Byron's desk in the corner, that's gonna be a separate video that you can click on screen now to go see if it's up yet. I'm gonna do one more clip in this video when it's all built and everything there, just to show you what it looks like. But yeah, this is it. It's fully assembled in here. We've got the keyboard hole. You can see the vanity shield underneath. It's white and looks great. And that's gonna cover all the cables. And then if I go around back, you can see the two holes there, and then you can see this power strip mounted onto the floor of the vanity plate, which looks fantastic. And there's one more thing that we did that I didn't mention earlier. Well, I did mention it, is we went ahead and installed these little loops to put the zip ties in, which will help with cable management, even though the vanity shield in general is gonna make cable management a lot easier. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and install it and do the whole switch in the desk and set everything up. And then I'll just show you what it looks like as a finished product. So here it is in all of its glory, fully installed with the lighting installed, everything on the desk and functional, and it looks absolutely incredible. I'm so happy with it. So for the keyboard hole, as expected, it's right under the mouse pad. You can't see the wire at all. And well, with the Apple keyboard, it just looks like it's a wireless Apple keyboard. But with other keyboards especially, it would just eliminate the wire entirely. You can see that you don't see any wires up top, except for these. That just shows that I'm not really like specifically trying to eliminate all wires. I just don't want them if I don't need them. But I love these headphones and they have wires, so there are wires. Then if we take a look underneath, you can't see any, well, if you look under and up, you can see some wires up there, but you can't see any down there, and that's absolutely awesome. And then if I go up here, you can see that I have a remote velcroed right here for the TV, and then the LED controller velcroed over here, and then the IKEA LED behind the monitor controller right here. And that about wraps it up. I guess we put some wood things underneath the legs over here because my entire house is on a slant, so that evens out the slant so it's level. And that wraps it up. That is the desk. A lot of work was put into it, but I think the finished product is absolutely stunning. It looks incredible. And really, in terms of desks and nice executive desks like this, it isn't that expensive, which is really nice to be able to get such a nice product for not that expensive. So yeah, thank you for watching, subscribe to see more content, and as always, stay classy.